Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of learning. The virtual Isame office has created this wonderful opportunity of learning and sharing. This is going to be a 2-day learning marathon curated by the organizing committee on a wide variety of topics. What is made available to you are the resources not only from the Oak Brook, Illinois office in the United States of America, but also the ones from the Mumbai office. And all of these are available to you. The icing on the cake is that after all the presentations, you can talk to the presenter, you can interact with the presenter one-on-one in the chat room area. So make sure that this cornucopia of resources has been added to your swag bag that can be directly delivered to your inbox. Let the learning begin. Our next speaker is Grace Khamisi. She is the Department Manager of the Young Lions and Leo programs. Presenting Grace Khamisi.
My name is Khamisi Grace, and I'm the Young Lions and Leos Department Manager at Lions Clubs International. Thank you so much for inviting me to come and speak to you today about a subject that means a lot to me, and that's Leos. So today I've been asked to talk about our new initiatives, updates from headquarters, some strategic planning, and in just a second allow me to share a little bit more in detail what I want to show you today. But again, I want to thank you for joining. So let's talk about the Leos. We'll talk a little bit about our program numbers, both worldwide and specifically in Asami. The new look of Leos. I'll give you a hint. You're looking at a little bit of it now. The Leo Club strategic plan. And then I'm going to ask you to look at Leos as prospective members, which for some people may be a bit of a different take and some strategic planning in your own area. So the Leo Club program, the numbers first. The Leo program is growing. So right now we are at 152 countries. So we're very excited about how far we're spreading the Leo Club program. And there are 7,393 clubs. So as Leo Club program, we have grown every year over the last 5 years. It's something that we're very proud about and that you should be too, because clearly it's not something that we're doing on our own. We can only do this with the supportive help of Lions and other Leos all over the world. At the end of last year, so Lions year 2019-2020, Leos served over 5 million people through their service projects and reported over 30,000 service projects. So I will pause here and indicate that I've said reported, which is an important note for all of the data that we have about Leos. We only know what you tell us. So it's really important that Leos are reporting their service activities through My Lion, because that's how we know what service has been happening. And so that's why I can confidently tell you that I'm pretty sure that more than 30,000 projects were done last year by Leos, because not all Leos are reporting their service through My Lion. Additionally, I'd like to encourage you to utilize My LCI. Let me show you why. We know that there are 84,129 reported Leos in Asami. That's a very large number. But I'm sure someone in the audience will say, we have more Leos than that. And some might say, we don't have that many Leos. And that really comes down to reporting. So looking at your records in My LCI, working as Leo officers and Lion officers together to ensure that records are updated And it's really important so that the messaging from headquarters can get to appropriate people, that the Leos know what's happening all around the world, and as long as you have an accurate basis for the kind of reach that the messaging of Leos is going to, and that everybody understands where growth is occurring and where support might be necessary. So it's really important that membership be updated. And our new look, as I said before, you've already seen a little bit of it just in the design of my PowerPoint. But what I'll do is also take you through some of the things. And first, a little bit of a reminder of what we look like now, or what we used to look like. So here's the current branding. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Our posters, our membership guide, our Leo Club Officer awards. These are things that were done about 10 years ago and hadn't been updated. And I'm sure you can agree it was time, particularly when you're working with young people, because they're constantly changing, constantly growing. The resources and ways that they speak always are changing. And so it's really important that our brand move with them and be more reflective of who we know Leos are. And so we took a hard look at it and decided and talked to other Leos, and this really didn't resonate with them anymore. And here's our new look. As you can see, it's been kind of pared down, a little bit sleeker, more modern. And this is even an example of some of the resources that we have. We've updated our new member guide. We've also created a checklist for Lions who want to engage Leos to talk about how you might be able to do that and give some helpful tips, and getting some helpful tips for our new Leos about what they can do. If you'll look, we use a lot less colors, right? We're using the blue and the white, and really having it be more consistent with the Lions branding and the Lions colors, because we're all one big family. And so we want it to be reflective of that. And you'll also see the yellow forward arrows, which really talk about the forward momentum that we see with young people. And you'll see that consistent across many of the items in my department. So those arrows also continue into the Leo Lion branding, which has another closer ties to the Lions branding. So really trying to build those connections, even subliminally. And then you'll see that our logo looks a little bit different too. Here's some additional resources that we have. So we've updated our posters to allow for ease of use in recruitment, and even the brochures to talk to Lions like yourself about starting Leo clubs if you haven't already started. Another closer look at the logo, and the other thing you should notice is there's only one color. So before there were colors for Alpha and Omega. And although there will still be Alpha and Omega clubs, I'll repeat that, there will still be Alpha and Omega clubs, but we'll all be using the same logo and the same colors from headquarters. So when we need to designate between Alphas and Omegas, we'll simply put the name below, as you see here. But all of the other things will still be in the platinum logo, which has just been slightly darkened to make it a little bit easier to see. But we'll have one logo as one Leo family. And continuing on that, as we looked at our branding, we realized we really wanted to have a strong plan about where Leos should go. As a part of our new look, we get really energized. And of course, it's also happening with the Lions as you go through the strategic planning now that LCI Forward has come to an end. So I can share with you some of the high-level conversations that we've been having and discussions as that process is still ongoing. But I wanted you to know a little bit about what we're doing. So here's the process that we're undergoing. So we put together a strategic planning team, which is comprised of staff from many different departments, so not just Leos, but from our marketing department, from our district and club services team, from our global membership team, lots of teams with lots of different perspectives on how Leo Club touches all of the Lions family. But we're also consulting with Leos, with our Leo Lion Board Liaison, our Leo Club Advisory Panel, and then Lions leaders around the world as we come up with ideas or questions. We're consulting with our experts. So our first step was, of course, to do a SWOT. So our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats as a club, as a program. And then from that, establishing goals. We'll develop strategies to meet those goals. And then we'll also develop action plans and metrics. So, how are we going to go about this? This is not a 3-month plan or a 1-year plan. We're trying to develop where we're going to go for the next 5 years. So, part of that are what things we can do quickly and what things will take time to develop. If they're new technology needs, that might be something that doesn't get implemented for a few years as we have to build a foundation. And we want to make sure that we can measure it. So, again, if you recall when I talked about making sure that LEOs were in my LCI and that those numbers were updated, that's something that will really be key for us over the next few years as we can determine where growth is happening and what kind of resources are necessary to sustain growth or to support it. And those decisions we really want to make based on data as much as we possibly can. When we looked across, I really asked my team, and we asked each other really, how do we do better, right? How do we make a program that is already great and already enjoyed by so many even better? So how do we increase the number of LEOs in our program? How do we improve the member experience of LEOs throughout their time in the program? How do we improve the collaboration between LEOs and Lions? And how do we increase the numbers of LEOs who decide to continue their service as Lions? So there were many questions. I don't want you to think that when we went through this, we only had these 4. But as we reviewed them, they could really be expressed in these areas. Lots of the different questions really boiled down to these things. So these are the questions that we're trying to answer through our planning. And from that, we developed a few key objectives. And they came down to 3 stages, essentially, of the Leo Club program. The recruitment, so how bringing people into the program, and how could we equip members that are already existing members, to be specific, with recruiting tools and improve the membership structure so that we're focused on growth. How do we improve the membership experience? How can we increase the value of Leo membership by expanding the unique opportunities for skill development that can be found within the program? And transition. How do we provide LEOs with positive experiences and a path to membership? And connected to that, how can we train Lions on how to promote the transition? And as I would encourage you, while we're doing this, that you should also be going through this process in your areas. So at your club level, at your district, at your multiple district level, are you doing strategic planning with LEOs? And really think of them as prospective members. So some people will say that they already do that. They know LEOs, already know the mission. They already share a passion for service. So of course they're prospective members. But I would ask you, are you treating them that way? So are you treating a Leo in the same or a better fashion than you would another member of your community that you think has displayed all of the attributes necessary to become a Lion? Are you encouraging their attendance? Are you listening to their voice? How are you treating them? And where you find differences, that may be something that you want to address. I'd also like to put this thought out for you. Many times we think of Leos and Lions as a straight path, that they come in as Leos, they should become Lions, that's how it should work. But I'd like to say maybe we should look at it in a different way. And I even started at Cubs because since I manage the Young Lions and Leos department, we think about the Cubs. The Cubs is part of our first entry point, so our littlest members, our littlest participants, and wanting Cubs to, of course, become Leos. Eventually, we want all of our Leos to become Leo Lions. We love our Leo Lions as they get older, that they would remain as a part of the Lions family as Young Lions. And then our Young Lions who are already been so committed would, of course, be more experienced Lions as they get older. And then that continues, that Lions who then join the family would bring in would bring in their young children as Cubs, and you would see the cycle again. And I want to emphasize the word cycle because they feed into each other. Right? There's not just one pipeline where Leos become Lions and there's nothing to give back, but it's really moving in this continuous circle so that they all feed into each other. And recognizing that an entry into any point can still strengthen the entire family. So some people will join as Leos. Some people will join as young lions, maybe never being Leo lions. Some people may join as lions, but have family members that could come and become cubs. And so we really want to note that each part of this, each circle that I've showed you, is really important, and it's a great way to broaden our Lions family. So how are you investing in each one of these areas and recognizing that it's your responsibility to share with all of these groups and invest in all of these groups, and it's worth your time. I want to really emphasize that. It is worth your time. I was challenged by a young lion in the last week, and she didn't issue it as a challenge, but really as a conversation about experiences as a Leo lion in this organization and a person who'd been a member for quite a while. Are you giving us a seat at the table or against the wall? Is the question that she asked. Because in her experience, many times she has been invited to events or invited to sit as a committee because someone wanted a younger lion or they thought it might be great to have a Leo someplace. But she really wasn't asked her opinions on things. She really wasn't engaged. She was just allowed to be there. And so it really felt more like a seat against the wall or at the back of the room than one in a place where you really get to drive the decisions about what something looks like. And so consider the experience that you're creating for your Leos. And we'd like your help. I'm really asking for your help as we begin to build our program. Are you recruiting Leos? Remember, recruitment was the first stage for us, and we want to equip our Leos about recruitment, but we really need our Lions to support that. Does your club sponsor a Leo club? Are you encouraging young people you know to become a Leo? And do you promote the Leo events in your area? So in the same way that you're promoting Lions events, do you really push for the Leo activities that are happening and get really excited about those things? With your help, we can grow our program. Support a great member experience for Leos. And this to us really will be the key, that member experience, because Leos can be Leos for a very long time. And their experience as a Leo absolutely has an impact on whether or not they want to continue to move forward. So Leos who have really positive experiences and feel really strongly connected to a Lion's family want to move forward, and those that have the opposite experience really don't have a desire to move forward. So are you collaborating with Leos on service projects? And even in areas where maybe you haven't worked together, are you just attending their service projects so that they know that you support them and that you care? Are you inviting Leos to your training events in your institutes and allowing them to participate and learn? And are you giving Leos the opportunity to lead and teach Lions? I think sometimes people don't always consider this as an option, but it's one that has happened with great success in many different cases, where Leos who have taught and trained at the Leo level for years are given an opportunity to share what they know with Lions. The Leos gain quite a bit from it. They get an opportunity to polish their skills, to continue to refine, and the Lions learn a lot from a Leo who can bring a different perspective. Remember, in your area, most of your Leos are Omegas, so they're between 18 to 30. So they come with education, with professional experience, with service experience as Leos. So many are well positioned to be able to teach. So please consider allowing them to do that. And support transitions to Leo Lions. Ask your Leos to stay in the Lions family. If you've built relationships with them, you've invested with them, then it shouldn't be a surprise to them when you begin to talk about their decision to become a Lion, or what's happening as they approach the end of their time as a Leo. Enthusiastically support club branches and Leo Lions clubs. I know that there are a lot of people who really want the Leos in their area to join their Lions club for many reasons. They want the energy of the Leos, they want to continue their club, but consider that your club may not be the best fit for the Leos. They may have enjoyed working with you as a sponsor, but perhaps the Lions in your club are a bit older, and so for a young Leo, they may feel out of place in that club, that if your club meets at a time that really doesn't work for the Leo's schedule, that it may not make sense for them to join your club for many other reasons. And so encourage them to start their own club branches, where perhaps they're able to do new projects that may not be of interest to the Lions in your club. And they could also start a Leo Lions Club so that their fellow Leos, they can all get together, start a new club. They have the ability to bring in their friends in Leo Lions clubs and consider this as a way to start multi-generational districts. So even if you can't have a multi-generational club, if that just doesn't work with the way that your club runs, consider a multi-generational district so that you still have young lions around, you still have Leo lions, you still ensured the presence of lions clubs in your area and that the needs of your community can be met. But even if that doesn't happen in your club, that still happens. And I think we can all agree that there's value in that. And embrace the Leo way. So as you recall, Leo stands for leadership, experience, and opportunity. So work to give this to Leos, and particularly to those who are about to become or who have become Leo Lions. So give them an opportunity to lead you as Lions, to lead in their areas and their districts. Give them experience. Ask yourself, could a Leo do this? And if the answer is yes, give them that opportunity. And if the answer is, well, maybe, then talk to them about the opportunity. And you can still give it to them. And maybe you just need to give them an opportunity with your support. So this could look like presenting together, even if they're not ready to present on their own, to co-facilitate groups, to have smaller speaking roles as they build experience and confidence, to larger speaking roles, to really incorporate them in your planning. And that's the other thing, the opportunity. Look for opportunities for Leos and Leo Lions to learn and to grow. And if there aren't any, create them. Are there spots on your planning teams for young people? And if not, raise that as an option, as a way to make sure that you have the voice of young people so that you're building events and programs and clubs that young people want to be a part of. And I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the Leo Lion program as we're speaking about transition, just to make sure that we're all clear about the program. So first, what is the program? Right? We get this a lot. It's a membership program for Leos who are ready to become a lion. So the emphasis here is that a Leo lion is a lion, right? So it is a lion who has served as a Leo within certain ages. And again, I'll say a Leo lion is a lion. So even though some may have decided to continue their time as Leos, if they're still eligible for Leos at the time that they become lions, they are a lion with all the rights and responsibilities of a lion and should be treated as such. Here are some of the benefits of the program. There is a 50% discount on international dues. There is an entrance or charter fee waiver. There's credit for years of service as a Leo, an opportunity to serve in a Leo Lion club, a Leo Lion to be known as a Leo Lion, and there's also a Leo Lion pin. So I'm sure some of you have seen that already as those began to go out this year. And those pins are reserved exclusively for Leo Lions who are reported in MyLCI as Leo Lions. And then they're eligible to serve as a Leo Lion board liaison. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this, as Leo Lion Ayush Bagla from Asame serves as one of our current board liaisons. And then we also have an opportunity that unfortunately we've had to pause this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but that's the Leo Lion Cultural Exchange Ambassador Scholarship, which would support Leo Lions from different CAs traveling to see to have an experience in a different CA. So for example, and there was a lot of interest in this, you may have a Leo Lion from CA1 or CA3 who then travels to CA6 or travels to CA8 to have an experience at the forum there. So they can see how lions gather, the things that you teach, the lions experience in a different constitutional area, learn from that and be able to bring that back to their home. And we're really hopeful that next year we'll be able to do that. We also have the Advanced Lions Leadership Institute, which is a scholarship specifically for Leo Lions. So if a Leo Lion is accepted into the alley, we can help them cover some of the costs that they would have to incur on their own so that there's not a financial block for Leo Lions who want to participate. And a special LinkedIn professional networking group just for Leo Lions, for them to be able to communicate with each other, support each other, and to connect all over the world. There are also awards and I'll tell you about this briefly. So here there are awards for Leo Club advisors, for District Leo chairpersons, for multiple District Leo chairpersons. And as you look over to the right, you'll see the criteria for that. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not spending a lot of time on these, but please know that the information is available on our website, or you can always email us and get more details about it. There's Leo Lion Club Charter Awards, and eligible recipients are Lions Clubs, the district governors, District Leo chairpersons, and multiple District Leo chairpersons. So those people who are really helping to sponsor and create new Leo Lion Clubs so that we can grow both the program and keep younger lions in our family. And I'd ask you to make a plan for your Leos. That's really a challenge that I'm issuing to you. To develop a plan with your Leos, for your Leos. So don't just go off as a district or multiple district and make a plan for Leos, but not engage the Leos that you already have. Consider the following. New members. What are you doing to bring in new Leos? What are your current Leos doing? How can you support that and make that better? What are you doing about new Leo clubs? Are you encouraging Lions clubs to sponsor new clubs? Are you getting them up and going? If you have one club, could you sponsor another? If you don't have one, could you sponsor one? Or how would you support them? If you already have Leo clubs, do you have Leo districts or Leo multiple districts? Have you supported having Leos be able to go to that next level of leadership and coordination and planning so that they understand how to work across borders, across regions, to come together in service and learning and training? Next, Leo training. So yes, there should absolutely be opportunities where Leos learn and teach with themselves in a very supportive environment, but also consider joint Leo and Lion training. So as you're preparing your regional institutes, your local trainings, are you inviting Leos in, again, as participants, but also as facilitators, as trainers? Have you talked about that? And the Leo representation at Lions events, both attendance and planning. So again, not just issuing invitations for them to come join you at your district conventions, but are they there to help you plan it so that there are activities there and sessions there that really speak to younger people and have them excited about coming and feeling a part of it so that the entire experience isn't Leos to the left, Lions to the right, because that's not a way to build relationship, right? You want to make sure that in addition to maybe some special sessions, that there are times when they come together and so that they get to know you and you get to know them. And then the Leo Lion clubs and members. How are you working with your Leo Lions? How are you supporting Leos as they consider becoming Leo Lions? We've heard from a lot of them that transition isn't easy. Imagine if you've been a Leo, you may have been a Leo for 10 years, have a lot of leadership experience, really been a leader among sometimes hundreds of Leos. And now becoming a Lion can sometimes feel like starting over. So how do you help them navigate that and really support that change? And I'd ask you to consider the fact that you're not on your own when you do this. Use your resources. The first one is, of course, your Leos. They are going to be the experts on what Leos in your area want and are good at and what they have that they need. The Leo Club Advisory Panel. So it's 2 Lions and 2 Leos from each constitutional area. So of course the ones in Asami are fantastic and stand ready to support you. And the Leo Lion Board Liaisons. I'm sure you're familiar with at least one of them. And they are also able to talk more about the program, but also their experience as transition in becoming Lions and the decision, and their experience in navigating those 2 worlds. And I think that that can play a big part in how you move forward in your areas. And they're specifically interested in bringing Leos and Lions together and really growing the program and have a lot of influence there. And I also want to make sure you know that you have me and you have my team. We at headquarters are really, really excited about the possibility of the Leo Club program and making sure that we do everything we can to help you grow the clubs. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us if there's anything that we can do to help move your projects forward. So thank you so much again for your time. I know you had many options about what you wanted to listen to, and I do not take it for granted that you chose to listen to me for this time. And again, if you need any help or you need any of the resources, the emails below, leos@lionsclub.org, the lionsclub.org/Leos will take you directly to the new Leo homepage. And I'll add a note that because we've updated so many resources, and those all started on International Leo Day, that if you have old forms or old posters, please go to the website and just confirm that you have the most up-to-date things. And then lionsclub.org/Leo-Lions will take you directly to the Leo Lion page, and that's where you can learn more about the program there. So thank you again for your time, and and I hope the rest of your event is wonderful. I appreciate it.